we all believe it's not going to happen to us until it does. This storm is significant enough. You need to be taking the proper preparations now and not to wait till later, because you may not have that opportunity.
Tonight at 11, Metro Atlanta and North Georgia bracing for the worst as a dangerous winter storm moves in tomorrow, bringing in ice and bitter cold temperatures. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Jennifer Bellamy. We are here for you right now on 11 Alive. We're also streaming on 11 Alive Plus. And at this hour, we are under an 11 Alive weather impact alert after the first ice storm warning in more than a decade has been issued. Our chief meteorologist, Chris Holcomb, has been tracking this storm for a week now. Chris, what are we thinking in terms of the timeline for when we can expect the winter storm to move in?
Later on Saturday for us here in Metro Atlanta, but earlier than that in the afternoon hours for folks in North and Northeast Georgia. I'll break that down for you here, but this is that freeze warning that's in effect. As we said, this is the first freeze warning we've had in Metro Atlanta since 2014. That may remind you of Snowmageddon in 2014, but that wasn't the ice warning. This was the ice warning after Snowmageddon. That was the last one that we had. Here's a look at that warning that does include all of North Georgia, areas to the east over toward Augusta, generally along the I-20 corridor and northward. A couple of counties, though, south of I-20, Clayton County, Henry County involved with that, and excuse me, goes up into Northeast Georgia as well. That's where we have this ice storm warning, meaning in these areas we have the potential for ice accumulation, power outages, and dangerous travel. Now, it's not going to be the same thing everywhere within this ice storm warning. We're going to have some differing impacts there. It's looking like major impacts north and east of the city, moderate impacts for the Metro Atlanta area and Northwest Georgia, and minor impacts on the south side. It's on the south side that they'll have a glazing, maybe up to 1/4 of an inch of ice collecting on trees and power lines. For Metro Atlanta, Northwest Georgia, and out I-20 to the east, 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch of ice. That is some significant icing that will cause some problems here in the metro area. But then those major impacts to the north and east, we're talking 1/2 inch of ice accumulation or greater. That is very heavy. That is going to cause a lot of weight on those trees and power lines, and those impacts are going to be higher there. The timeline still looking like this. For North and East Georgia, middle of the afternoon is when I want you to be hunkering down, because that's when the conditions are going to start deteriorating there into the late afternoon hours in Northeast Georgia. But for Metro Atlanta, I want you to hunker down and be in your place where you're going to stay for the weekend by sunset on Saturday night, because that's when we're going to see the changeover, temperatures falling. That rain is going to become freezing rain. We're going to drop into the 20s here overnight into tomorrow morning. Roads are going to be turning slick and icy overnight, Saturday into early on Sunday. Then we're going to see some wintry weather continuing early on Sunday. The power outage threat is going to grow. We're also watching for a time period here on Sunday afternoon, watching those temperatures closely, where we may get above freezing for a few hours, and that would slow down that thickening of the ice out there, but it may not be enough time that's going to get rid of that ice, and that could linger some problems into Monday as well. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes.